Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Hope you guys had a fantastic Tuesday. We got another EDC conference game for you in store tonight. It's between the Devils Lake Firebirds and the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. The Devils Lake Firebirds are coming into this one 0-19 in conference play, 2-25 overall. The Mustangs coming into this one 11-8 in conference play, 18-10 overall. I'm Jackson Miller. Alongside joining me up here in the bleachers is Dan Wolf. Dan, we're approaching the end of the regular season here. Only a few left. Postseason play is right around the corner. The Mustangs trying to get dialed in and trying to get a spot at the number 5 seed if they can at best. The Devils Lake Firebirds, I think, well, you know, everyone makes the playoffs. They make the EDC tournament. They'll have a playing game possibly against the Mustangs if the Mustangs were to get that number 5 seed.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, at this time of year, this is when you're hoping to be playing at your best and have all your team firing on all cylinders, and that's certainly what Sheyenne is hoping for. There's a lot of big matchups in the EDC in these last few games, so, you know, Sheyenne kind of, to some extent, controls their own destiny as far as getting to that 5 spot or that 5 seed, as you mentioned, Jackson. They have to take care of business tonight and on Thursday, and then there's the big showdown, the rematch with the West Fargo Packers on Tuesday. So Jackson, as I was saying, for Sheyenne to get that 5 seed, they do need a little help. The Packers are up at Fargo North tonight, and that's a big game. Fargo North, obviously the number 1 team in the state in the EDC right now. So if West Fargo were to fall to North tonight, then that makes that showdown next Tuesday super important. If either team, you know, if Sheyenne isn't able to take care of business, or if West Fargo were to beat Fargo North tonight, and I mean, let's be honest, the last time Fargo North, when they played Horace just a week or two ago, Horace had them down 2-0, and North came back and won the next 3 sets. So it's certainly not that North is unbeatable or anything like that. But that would make for an interesting Halloween night matchup between the Packers and the Mustangs next Tuesday if there were that 5-6 seeding on the line. But as you pointed out, both teams would be playing a play-in game and then trying to punch their ticket and see if they can be one of those 4 teams that makes it to the state tournament.
Yeah, all Halloween evening on that night, it will be the regular season finales for all the teams. But yeah, let's just take a look at some of these matchups that are going on tonight. So obviously you have Devils Lake and Sheyenne here tonight. You got Wapton at Grand Forks Central, West Fargo High at Fargo North, as you said, Dan. We got Fargo Davies at Shanley.
That's
Fargo,
a big one, too, for
huge.
that 2-3 seeding.
Fargo South at Valley City, and then Grand Forks River at Horace. So now let's take a look at the conference standings so far. We have North at the 1 spot. They've locked that up. We got the Fargo Davies Eagles at the number 2 spot, and then Shanley at the number 3 spot. Those 2 teams are going to be fighting, as you said, for that 2 and 3 spot. We got Grand Forks Red River at the number 4 spot, and West Fargo High right behind it. So it's pretty close. All these teams are within a few games of each other in that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots. So it's going to be a lot of battles there, you know, to get the highest seed possible. But, you know, once it comes tournament time, anyone can make a run.
Well, and that's just it. And I had a chance to talk to Coach Newton a little bit before the match tonight, and she's not looking far ahead. She just wants to make sure that her team is playing well and taking care of business. And it's hard to look too far ahead. You can't really start preparing for the possibility of playing this team or this team because of that uncertainty with those seedings. That would be looking at so many possibilities that she said that's not even on her mind right now. It's senior night tonight. She wants to send her seniors off with a big win tonight and then see if they can take care of business on Thursday and set up that big showdown with the crosstown rival West Fargo Packers.
So if you take a look at the postseason format for those that are not sure and they need a little refresher, the top 4 teams are automatically in the quarterfinal round, and the play-in, there's 4 play-in games. Seeds, it's the 5 and 12 seed, the 6 and 11 seed, 8 and 9 seed, and 7 and 10 seed going up against each other in those play-in games. Those games are at the location of the higher seed, same with the quarterfinal games, and then the second and third round matches are taking place at Fargo Davies this year, and the dates for those are November 4th, which is the playing games, the quarterfinal games taking place November 7th, and then the second and third round games taking place November 10th and 11th, respectively. And yeah, also we got a big matchup on Friday. The West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs football team's going up against Bismarck Century. We're going to save a lot of the story time and statistics for that game, that evening in the pregame, but I will say this is the only factor pointing out. Sheyenne is 4-1 against Bismarck Century in the regular season all time, but Century has beaten us all 4 meetings in the postseason so far.
Yeah, and it's hard to believe, Jackson. It seems like just last week we were calling our first volleyball match and first football game of the season, and here we are. It's playoff time, and again, we've talked about it on lots of broadcasts, whether it's basketball or football or volleyball. The great thing about this time of year is everybody has a chance. Everyone starts over at 0-0, and they have a chance to, make that run to make it to a state tournament or a chance to potentially win a state event, and that's the exciting part for every school at this time of year.
And we are underway for this Tuesday evening's matchup between the Firebirds and the Mustangs. The end of the regular season just right around the corner. Both teams trying to finish off the regular season strong and get dialed for the playoffs.
And as we've seen on a lot of occasions tonight, or this year I should say, and that's going to be a net violation, I think, yeah. Devils Lake's going to give up a lot of size on the front line to the Mustangs. There's just no way that they can match up with the size of Sheyenne, and that doesn't necessarily mean they can't come out with the win, but it does add significantly to the difficulty level for the Firebirds here.
Yeah, tallest player on the roster is 5'10". Too strong. Firebirds off to a 2-0 lead.
Big swing there, just flies long. So if you're Devils Lake and you've made the trip down here tonight, you want to get off to that hot start. You don't want to let Sheyenne get a big early advantage on you and kind of run the table on you. You want to kind of keep them working hard here. And so far, Devils Lake, that's exactly what they've been able to do, is keep Sheyenne a little bit off balance. And they're starting with a quick 3-0 lead.
The Firebirds, the last time they beat the Mustangs was 2018. So it's been 5 years. The Mustangs have won the last 8 matches.
There it is.
There's a kill by Albrecht on the outside.
Albrecht, there was no doubt on that one. And again, when you have blockers that just can't rise up and meet you at the net like that, that's going to, if Cheyenne's able to pass effectively and get their sets in good shape, that should be something that they're able to do repeatedly, as Saxon's going to send that one into the net and get the ball back to Devils Lake for the serve. Joey Martinson, 5'7" junior, is going to be on the serve for the Firebirds. And just long.
Blocked in the net by Kaloran and Blado.
Jackson, you bring up the football playoffs on Friday.
It's going to be insane.
It will be, and the weather here is not going to be great, but it looks like really only chances of rain and some cold weather, which always makes a game a little bit different when you're hitting in that cold. But, boy, if you're traveling to Bismarck, you're traveling to Minot for a game, or in the 2A or even the A or the 9-man, there's a good chunk of the state that has a winter storm watch coming for the next couple days, and you might be playing in some snow on Friday night.
It's going to be snow in the playoffs. They'll definitely make things interesting, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see what's the history between Century and Sheyenne. I mean, I don't think many people realize that. I didn't even realize that, but I was doing some research tonight to send to our producer Tristan to put some graphics for that game on Friday night. But yeah, Sheyenne gets the better of Century in the regular season, but Century beats us when it matters in the postseason, 4-0 against us. 2 of those being in the state championship. The first playoff meeting was in the semis, and then obviously last year in the first round.
Yep.
We actually, the first time we played Bismarck Century, we beat them in 2017, the first ever matchup against them. 16-14, I believe, was the score.
So Sheyenne definitely serving a little better here. The first couple serves tonight into the net, but Badeau's come in and, we talk about this a lot, and it really doesn't matter the sport. Put the pressure on your opponent. Make them at least make plays. You don't want to, we're going to get away with one there as it clips the net. But, sending these serves into the net or sloppy play, that just keeps other teams around for a while. You want to make sure you're crisp and put the pressure on them, force them to, react to what you have going on and to make plays. And that's true in every sport. Wow.
Ooh, good effort.
Really good effort by the Firebirds there as it was hanging on the net, and they were doing their best to climb it up there. But, again, you see it, the blockers at the net for Sheyenne, just so much more size, so much more height that, it's going to be really tough for Devil's Lake to find hitting lanes on those kills. And I think that's what you might see a little more frequently than not, is they feel like you've got to wind up, you've got to hit it harder to get through those blocks. And then if it's not blocked, then you're going to send it long. And Badeau continues to serve as Cheyenne's run off a string of points here as I give her the announcer's curse and talk about how well she's doing. And there goes one into the net. So 9-6 Sheyenne here in the first set.
Sheyenne trying to bounce back after getting swept by Grand Forks Red River last Tuesday.
Well, and that's one of the things I talked to Coach Newton about. Who do you like as a second-round matchup potentially? And when you talk about Red River, Sheyenne was able to defeat Red River here at home in 4 sets, but then going up to Red River, they lost in 3. And, of course, the Shanley match was a 2-point affair, which you end up with so many teams in the conference that, I know she mentioned she would have liked to have had a second chance to play North, a second chance to play Shanley, but when you have so many 2-point games or 2-point matches, that you just eliminate that. And if you're not playing your best that night, you're going to give up those 2 points and feel like, boy, we had a chance against that team. So it'll be interesting to see if it's Shanley, if it's Red River, and if Cheyenne's able to go up against one of those two. Coach Newton didn't really have a preference. Again, she said it was too early to even know who those seeds were going to be because of the end of the season schedule.
Well, yeah, I mean, Sheyenne, compared to last year, obviously, their team this year is probably not as dominant as last year's team, of course, because 35-2, conference regular season conference champs, conference tournament champs, and ultimately ending it with the state title. This team's trying to go back to back, and obviously they lost 8 seniors last year. Yeah. They only have 3 this year, so that's contributing to part of that. And they may not look as sharp this year, but they're a team that's capable. And if they lightning strikes in a bottle, it's a team that could definitely do some damage and make a run.
That's absolutely right, and that's why you want to be playing your best. I think maybe the best correlation to that right now as we see the Major League Baseball playoffs going on. You know, if you get some hot pitching or some hot hitting at just the right time, you can ride that wave of momentum, you know, through a series or through a match. If you're playing volleyball, as that one's going to sail along. And if you get that confidence going, I mean, this is a Sheyenne team that went out to the East-West to start the season and ran the table. And you would have thought, well, wow, it's just going to be another year for Sheyenne where, you know, they're going to be really tough to beat. And then I think some of that youth and inexperience has shown up from time to time for them. So, you know, anything is possible. You just got to make sure that you get it going at the right time and that your team believes that they can do it. Great quick set there by Bedeau. Almost got that one. Great hustle.
By Kaloran, and Saxon's going to ultimately get it over. Deflected, but the Firebirds are going to get the kill on that. But yeah, going to the MLB playoffs, I mean, that is crazy. I mean, you look at the Rangers just clinched their spot in the World Series. They defeated the Astros, so the Astros go down. The Orioles go down, and then the top two teams in the NL go down, the Dodgers and the Braves. I mean,
the
Diamondbacks and the Phillies are playing in Game 7 right now. The Diamondbacks are 6th seed.
That's just it, and it can be the same in hockey, you know, high school or the NHL. If you get a hot goaltender going, man, you can ride that goalie for, you know, series after series. They just get hot, and they believe nothing can get past them, and pretty soon they personify it. So, you know, that's what Sheyenne and every team for that matter is hoping to kind of catch that lightning in a bottle and see if they can ride that into a trip to the state tournament and hopefully a deep run, maybe another chance for a championship game appearance.
It will be a tough road, but, you know, like we've been saying, it's just anything. It's the beauty of sports, you know, it's very unpredictable when it comes to the playoffs.
It wouldn't be any fun if we knew the outcome already. That's why they play it, and, you know, that's what you've got to tell yourself. It doesn't matter if you're the top seed or the lower seed in a match. You go in and say, look, we don't know how this is going to turn out. So you go out and you make sure you have no regrets. You go and give everything you have. And if you turn out that you win or lose, at least you have no regrets about the effort that you gave. 15-11 here, Mustangs halfway through set number 1. Look to be in control after a quick start by the Firebirds, but aren't exactly running away with it at this point. Some mustard on that one. And that's going to be out.
Boy, when you just look at the season, though, that Fargo North is having, I mean, this is the season they've been waiting for a long time. I mean,
well, and isn't
26-3 overall, 18-1 in the conference.
Isn't it funny how, you know, the success of their basketball program and their football team that's, you know, the number 1 seed in the 2A playoffs, you know, it kind of just it grows. It gets started, and pretty soon you get athletes that maybe weren't going out for girls, you know, for volleyball or girls basketball or softball or soccer or something. People are like, hey, I want to be a part of this. I want to get a taste of this. And suddenly they're having a tremendous season.
Well, that happened kind of for Sheyenne too. I mean, look, the golf team, you guys won the 2021 state title, and baseball won it that year too. And then the football team wins it that fall, and then you guys have a three-peat under your belt, and then baseball as well. I mean, the spring sports are dominant. And then you got swimming, girls swimming. You got tennis as well.
Yeah, and you know, tennis just had a double state champion this past weekend. You know, we know the Sheyenne volleyball team won last year, and it kind of just breeds success, and more teams, more athletes want to get involved with that. They want to be a part of it, and really, in so many sports, that's what it's about, is the numbers. If you can get the numbers out, you're going to find some good athletes in there. It's when kids say, I'd rather do something else, and they're not participating, that's when it gets to be difficult.
I mean, even if you look at girls basketball too, they made a run to the semis last year.
Absolutely. Walked up front, but out of bounds. So 18-12 Mustangs. It looks like Joey Martinson be serving once again for the Firebirds. And that went into the net. So Kill, the libero tonight. It's been Mia Engel a lot most of the year. Not tonight. That one right up the line.
Yeah.
Nicely done that time by the Firebirds.
Mia Ellsberger is back in for Devil's Lake. Tori Fee now serving.
Set by Dedman.
Wow.
Paints the corner.
not a lot on that one, but you know, really, like we tell the kids on the golf course, there's no pictures of how it got there, just as what the result is for the score. And Metcalf able to put it right in the corner there, and a 2013 lead.
Sometimes you get good breaks from bad shots, and bad breaks from good shots.
Absolutely. Oh, nice. That was a quick move.
It's going to be out.
It's going to be out, but that caught Sheyenne flat-footed. They were not prepared for that. If you're Devil's Lake, that's a nice little weapon to have there. Is an ace.
An ace from Boudreaux. 22-13, the Mustangs 3 points away from taking set number 1.
Nicely done there. Nice job by Kaloran there. The return by Devil's Lake just too far and almost was a perfect set for Kaloran at the net there. 2 points away now from set number 1. Nice job. Lady Hall now on to serve.
Lady Hall now serving.
Lauren on the right side, that's deflected at the front of the net.
Good job by Sheyenne staying with that.
Timed perfectly. Oh, it's going to get that.
That was that off a player's head as a return? I think it was the blocked and then off a head and then right back over. Again, counts the same.
It's like Scott Sterling.
Yeah. Oh, good effort. Great job there. Was that Kaloran?
That was Boudreaux there. That had to go after it.
Boudreaux laying out for that one. Good effort. Those are the things you're hoping to see at this time of year. You want to see athletes giving it everything they've got.
The Firebirds got in the last 5. Kaloran with the kill on the right side.
Kaloran.
That'll make it set point for the Mustangs. Now serving number 6, Alexa Kaloran.
Set point here for the Mustangs. Langlis finishes it off, and the Mustangs take set number 1 here on senior night against the Firebirds, 25-17. We're going to take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back for set number 2.
I'm Kylie, and I work at Marvin. The training I received when starting at Marvin was very in-depth. When I moved to Marvin's new facility in Fargo, I was kind of nervous about the new machines that I was going to have to be working with, but I was also very excited because this robot that I get to work with is the coolest thing I've ever done. I love the people that I work with. Belonging to Marvin feels like a second home, somewhere that you can just kind of go to, not super stressful, you can enjoy your day and you can laugh. Come work with me at Marvin, we're an amazing team.
What makes Touchmark special is how you feel when you walk into Touchmark at Harwood Groves. We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug.
I think it's the people that make Touchmark special.
One of the things that makes Touchmark is the caliber of the team members here.
You could ask them for anything and they'll say, we'll take care of it.
Every day that we walk in these doors, we really take time to listen to each other, to listen to our residents, and to be there and to be a friend.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
We are back for set number 2. The Mustangs took the first set 25-17.
Serving open the second set for the Firebirds, number 4, Callie Schneider.
Schneider going to get things underway for us here in set number 2.
Great block at the net there. Maybe caught the net. Saxon really got up on that one. Looked like she was going to have the kill, but point to the Firebirds as Schneider serves again. Oh, Cora Metcalf, right place, right time. Using that 6'3" frame to her advantage.
Yeah, this is an exciting time of year for the fall sports season. I mean, the end of October going into November. We got a lot of playoff matchups that are, and more potential ones coming your way. Obviously, we got the football playoff game on Friday. The Mustangs were to win, they would obviously get another home game because they're the number 2 seed.
Yep.
So we would be able to call that. We'll have potentially some volleyball playoff matches that will come up as well here at home. Probably get a playing game to call. We'll be at the best the number 5 seed.
Well, and every fall sport is kind of wrapping up by now. Some have already wrapped, but the state cross country meet coming up this weekend out in Jamestown, and I know some of those other sports is Blado in the right place at the right time. Some of those winter sports are already starting those captain's practices and people getting ready, geared up for, you got a basketball and hockey and some winter swimming coming up. Wrestling is around the corner. So all of those sports looking forward to getting their seasons underway as well.
Kind of a bittersweet reality, too, is as a high schooler for me, Friday could be potentially my last football game as a high schooler to call.
Yeah, and that's always the hard part. We've talked about that before. When you're an athlete or even a fan, a student at the high school, the end is always a possibility, and it's going to come at some point. And only one team ends up, celebrating by winning a state championship. But lots of times when that end comes, there's times that, people aren't actually prepared. They're like, well, it kind of sinks in after the fact that that's the last time I'll ever, for you, call a game for football, or, the last time that I'll, be in high school and they're hosting, or I'll see a volleyball match in high school, or whatever it might be.
It just depends where I go to college. If I'm around, I'm be more than happy to come back and call a few more games. Just all kind of depends,
Well, you are the franchise, so, I'm not sure what we'll do after this year if you're not in the area.
Fill the role?
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to yank Tristan Murak out of the producer's chair and get the golden tones going that he has. Tristan's giving us a no sign on that one. Is that a hard pass, Tristan? He's not sure. Oh, nicely done by Lainey Hall. And, she is left-handed, so you get up there and you kind of, I think, sometimes forget about that, kind of like when you're playing basketball and you're going against a lefty. And, if you forget about that for just a second and they expose that fact that you forgot that, that's trouble. And that one.
Miscommunication.
Yeah.
I think this is what we're talking about. The Mustangs, like we said, they are a team that where lightning can strike in the ball. They're going to do a lot of damage for sure. They've proven that. They had a 7-0 start this year, and they're a team that's not to take lightly. But
we've also seen these stretches.
They got to clean up. I think these last few games are going to be important because they got to clean up a few things and be sharp for the postseason if they want to make a run and have a shot at a second straight championship.
Yeah, and in talking to Coach Newton before the match, when she talked about wishing she had another chance to play North, she commented that serving is one of North's great strengths and that they can get on a serve run and really do a lot of damage. But she said the other thing that North does really well is they just don't beat themselves. They force you to make mistakes, and we've talked about that lots of times with volleyball is, if you can just continue to return the ball, you can get it over the net and not have those mental mistakes, you're going to be in good shape. Great serve there.
Yeah.
It's Claire Heilman. Kind of ate that one up on the Mustang libero there. Another good serve.
And when the Mustangs fell to North, I actually talked to Isabel Albrecht, and she was telling me too that game was a lot. They had a lot of the Mustangs got scored on from a lot of serves by North. Yeah. All the sets when the North swept the Mustangs, all the sets were close. I mean, the Mustangs were in it the whole night. It's just they had a lot of serves scored on them, and they allowed so many serves to be scored, and that ultimately killed their.
And that's what Coach Newton said. That is a definite, maybe their greatest strength for the Spartans is their serve, and they can get on those runs. Great reaction from Peyton Saxland. Able to return it quickly as it caught the net and came right back to her. Blocked a little bit there and kind of puts up her hands defensively, and it ends up getting it over, and a point for the Mustangs. They hold a 10-7 lead here. That'll be long as well. Engel continue to serve.
Houston now serving.
Oh, Elbrecht mistimed that.
Yeah.
Angle pass. Back and forth here. Saxon
There
with
it
the
is.
kill. She's been a force of nature, and she's only a freshman.
And another freshman, Michaela Amundsen, on the set there. So a couple freshmen on the floor for the Mustangs there as now Amundsen goes off.
If you look at the roster, the Mustangs will have a pretty decently sized senior class next year. They got 6 juniors on the roster.
Saxland again. As Izzy Detman continues to serve here with the Mustangs up 13-9.
Saxland and Elbrecht on the block.
Good quick
Ooh,
set.
good dig by Engel. Out of position.
Yeah, well, and that was all set up by that quick set. Great job by Engel digging that one out, but that put Cheyenne, got them out of position, and Devils Lake wisely saw that opening and took advantage. As Callie Schneider on to serve for the Firebirds here. That one might have been long, but Cheyenne elects to take it. Another good job by,
It's been another rally.
yep. Really haven't been a lot of long rallies here in the match tonight. We've seen some of these matches where, you know, the teams go on 8 or 10, 12 times over the net rallies and unable really to get anything like that going tonight. They've been fairly quickly decided points. There's Pat.
Oh my
Saxon.
goodness. The power she can put, that she produces, is just absurd. I mean, we saw glimpses of that last year when she was an 8th grader, but she's come out now in full storm, firing on all cylinders here in her freshman season.
Devils Lake hanging around in set number 2 here.
We'll talk about this more on Friday, Dan, but boy, what were your, that football game on Thursday against Mandan, I have never seen anything like that. 70-49.
Just even looking at the halftime score, that's a net violation. Yeah, to me it looked like a basketball halftime score, not a football score, and both teams continued to move the ball early in the third quarter, kind of at will, and to rack up scores. And Cheyenne benefits, even though if you were to check on the Activities Association webpage, Cheyenne is actually the number 3 rated team via QRF, but because of the way the system is set up, it works from the top down, and if you're within a certain number of the team above you, you can jump them, and that's what happened for Sheyenne. They were close enough to Minot, so even though Minot finished with the better record, because of that, they were close enough. Minot didn't have as strong of a schedule as Sheyenne had. Minot never had a chance to play Shanley this year, so Sheyenne leapfrogs them and ends up with the number 2 seed.
And that makes sense.
It does,
Yeah.
and when you have an unbalanced sort of system where you only have a handful of teams in the East, more in the West, and then you're also adding in some of those 2A teams, that's just kind of how it is. And, you know, we've talked about North's volleyball team, now here North with their football team, the number 1 team in 2A, is likely going to get moved up into 3A next year, but they're going to lose all these seniors that have gotten them to these, has had so much success. And because of that, with all of that success, now you're going to get moved up a spot, and you're going to lose a lot of that talent. So I don't know that the football system and rankings is perfect, but it's because of the great disparity in the size of schools and the number of kids that everyone can draw from.
Look at this rally that's building up here. Okay, with the pass to Kaloran.
Oh, it just hits the line.
Well, I mean, I got to tell you, though, I mean, in that game, every single game offensive record or offensive school record was shattered. I mean, yeah, Kane Olsen and Caleb Deere, I mean, they're both, I mean, especially Kane Olsen, I mean, 10 touchdowns, 8 of them passing, 2 rushing. That's insane. And let alone passing yards as well. That definitely helps your season totals as well, for sure.
Well, absolutely. Oh. So net, as the ball kind of rides the top of the net and falls just outside the reach of Kaloran there. So 19-15. Violation there by the Mustangs. So 19-16 now.
Langwith showing some power. Saxon with the pass. Plato gets the kill.
Great quick set to Plato right down the middle, right up Main Street. Hammers it home. And 20-16. Cheyenne inching closer to putting set number 2 away tonight.
Two seniors back in here, approaching the end of set number 2. Albrecht and Engel back in. Engel to serve. 21-17 here in set number 2.
Ooh, good effort by Langwith, laying out into the scorer's table there.
Shaylee Houston is in for the Firebirds. And now serving.
Shaylee Houston in, serving for the Firebirds. Oh, mistimed there, I think, a little bit by Albrecht, but
Long
gets
arms.
away with it. Those long arm. She gets enough of it that it's going to be a point for the Mustangs, up 22-18 now. Another one of the seniors. Bella Detman on.
And it's an ace.
So 2 points away now from locking up set number 2, going up 2 sets to none. That ball hung up on the net. Set point.
Will make it set point for Cheyenne.
Wow.
And that's it.
Albrecht finishes off set number 2 with a kill of her own, and it's 20. And then the final score of that set was 25-18. We're going to take a short commercial break and be back for the introduction of to honor the 3 seniors here: Isabel Detman, Isabel Albrecht, and Mia Engel. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm TJ Yoshi here at Marvin headquarters in Warroad, Minnesota. The Lake Town way of life is appealing to so many people.
We've got a thriving school system, coffee shops, breweries, restaurants, and hockey is the hub of our community. We're probably the last place left in Minnesota where hockey is actually free.
The way Marvin supports the town supports Marvin is awesome.
There's opportunities for you, work hard, self-educate. The sky's the limit here.
Izzy Albrecht. Accompanied by parents Justin Albrecht and Chelsea Mahan. Mia Engel. Accompanied by parents Diana Chase and Bill Engel. Bella Detman. Accompanied by parents Bella Detman and Shane Bretman. Callie Tunstad, accompanied by parents Lindsay Tunstad and Jay Tunstad.
Do you want to run scores in the third set?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the juniors have a special message for our seniors.
I want to start off by giving a huge thanks to this year's senior class. They are small but mighty in many ways. These girls bring so much to the team, it's hard to express our gratitude in 5 minutes. We appreciate the 4 of you more than you know. First, I would like to start off by shouting out Miss Mia Engel. It's easy to overlook the back row because they are the ones getting the big kills. But it's hard not to notice Mia back there because she is giving her all for every ball, even if it means doing a backflip on the court. Your grit and fearlessness inspire me and the rest of the team, and your competitiveness motivates us to be better. Your determination to never let a ball drop proves to everyone that you have our backs no matter what. You show up every day set on improving, whether that means on or off the court. Mia, you've accomplished so much, and we are so beyond proud of you. The next person we want to recognize is Izzy, also known as Lizzie. These past 3 years I've spent with Izzy. She has shown me both leadership and friendship towards me, always being there for me and answering questions when I needed reassurance. On the court, it's hard to miss Izzy's incredibly hard work, whether she takes quick to the block or dive all the way across the court to keep the ball up. During practice, she constantly showed during blocking positionals are our absolute favorite day. All of you forever, Z. Thank you for everything you've done for me and Mustang volleyball. Next, we would like to celebrate our teammate and friend Bella. She has shown lots of dedication to our program in the past 4 years. And since the start of our season, she's brought energy and spiciness to the court, and when sets get tight, she knows how to bring a calm energy to the team. Being a senior during the 2023 season comes with great responsibility, which she has shown. And being a senior setter isn't just about the technical skills, it's about being a leader, a teammate, and a friend, and Bella has exceeded those expectations. Last but definitely not least, I'd like to recognize someone who has not only made an impact for Sheyenne volleyball on the court, but also off the court. Callie Tunstead brings energy and always has a smile on her face. Even though she's missed out on the court, she still plays a big part in this program. Callie can be a friend to anyone, and I've learned that as I've really gotten to know her this year. I look up to Callie as a person and her dedication and support to this team, even after everything she's been through. Callie, I'm so incredibly proud of you, and I love the person you are. I'm going to miss my forever staff partner. We'd like to thank all of our seniors and your dedication to this program. We're excited to see what your future holds.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more big round of applause for our Cheyenne seniors.
Boy, Dan, I gotta tell you, that was all very well-spoken speeches by the juniors there.
Absolutely. You know, and that it's always a bittersweet, moment for senior athletes when they know that they're coming to the end of a career, and for Callie Tunstead, obviously.
Yeah, very unfortunate. I mean, just the amount of time she missed out on the court, but she's still a big part of the team. And I mean, because she was a star. I mean, she was getting minutes her freshman year.
Absolutely.
She had so much, a lot of potential to fulfill, and injuries kind of cut that short.
Right.
She still contributed, and you got to give her a lot of credit for that as one of the managers and being
and absolutely,
around the girls.
and for people who've played sports or been around sports or had kids around it, even though those people, the student managers, aren't out on the court or the field or the ice or whatever the case might be. In competitions, they still do play a vital role and are, looked at as every bit as part of the team as any other player out there. And so, yeah, unfortunate for Callie the way things turned out, but still able to participate and be a part of this program. And you could see by the emotion from all the athletes out there how much the seniors will be missed.
Yeah, I mean, Dedman, Albrecht, and Engel, they brought a lot to the team as well. And I thought Kaloran's speech was well spoken about Engel too. I mean, she may be in the back row and she's not part of all the the big time kills and stuff, but Engel, her role on the team was getting a lot. She gets a lot of digs and she keeps the ball off the floor.
That's exactly right. And you're right. It's the hitters up front and the blockers that garner the attention, and they're the ones that where plays oftentimes end. But without those back row helpers back there that keep the ball in play, that get things set up for the big hitters, you're not going to be nearly as successful.
And serving too. Serving, if you're playing back row, one of the skills you can especially develop is, the serving as well as wiping sweat off the floor, I believe. Not sure.
I don't know that it was tears from the ceremony.
Maybe that
might have been too much. But seems to be enough out there that we certainly don't want anyone to slip and injure themselves at this point.
We don't need any torn ACLs here at the end of the regular season, that's for sure. Especially with the playoffs right around the corner. That's the worst timing ever, as an injury at the end of the season.
Right. And Sheyenne here with an opportunity to win this match 3-0. You just want to get through this and hopefully get that shutout, and then just go on from there and worry about your next opponent on Thursday.
Mustangs down the stretch.
Oh, good job, good effort.
By Kaloran, yeah.
Kaloran and then Amundsen keeping it alive. This is one of the longer rallies we've seen tonight. Maybe not both teams showing a little rust of having the longer than average break, but both teams keeping it alive and keeping that ball over the net. And then finally right there into the net for the Firebirds and a 2-0 lead in set number 3.
Mustangs down the stretch are going to be taking on Wapaton and then West Fargo High to end the regular season after tonight.
You know, we saw them handle Wapaton here, so they'll go to Wapaton on Thursday. Certainly should be a match that Sheyenne is obviously expected and favored to win. There's an ace there by Amundsen. But really, you know, I think one of the things you do as a coach is try and get your players to not be looking too far into the future. I mean, everyone on this Mustang program knows who the opponent is on Halloween night next week. But as a coach, you want to make sure that no one is looking beyond that and that we make sure we take care of business prior to that, and then that date will come soon enough and we'll worry about that when the time comes. Great job there by Albrecht, hammering that one down, and
they're going to miss that next year for sure.
Yeah, and a quick 5-0 start here for the Mustangs, and if you're Devils Lake, you can't really afford to get down too big here. Coach Silling not calling a timeout yet, but she knows the importance of this. You don't want your team to go, man, it'd be nice to get back on that bus and just get home. But at 6-0, you know, you might have to think about calling the timeout and talking things over and see if you can get your team refocused and doing what they need to. And there's another one that's blocked. 7-0 to start this. And this is one of those serving runs that when a team gets on and gets that momentum, boy, it just seems harder and harder to get the ball over. Mishandled there. And I think Coach Silling has seen enough at this point, down 8-0.
Boy, what an electric start for the Mustangs here in set number 3. That's what you like to see.
Well, and what I particularly like, Jackson, is we've talked about, you know, mental mistakes and things that the Mustangs have made occasionally this year. You have a freshman in Michaela Amundsen serving all of those legit serves, getting over the net, hasn't hit one into the net. You know, at some point you maybe start putting a little pressure on yourself or thinking too much about the serve. She's just continuing to put it in play and forcing the Firebirds to do something with that ball and see if they can get it over. And to this point for Devils Lake, they have not figured out how to get the momentum kind of shifted here and see if they can slow down Sheyenne, as Amundsen will continue to serve at 8-0 here in set number 3.
Kelly Schneider is in the Firebird lineup.
Another big time kill.
9-0.
We haven't seen a lot of runs like this year, Jackson. Last year we seemed to see them a little more frequently with that team that won the state tournament. That one's going to be out. No.
Violation point Firebirds.
Okay, violation on the Mustangs. So they finally able to stop the onslaught by the Mustangs, and it's a 9-1 lead now. Oh. Good effort there by Abby Smith, but in her reaction, she ends up actually hitting the ball away from the net and towards the backcourt of the Mustangs. And so Devils Lake picks up their second point in a row here. That one The hammers dropped by Cloran. Good, again, that quick set. Nice job, but Sheyenne keeping it alive.
Amundsen with the pass. Ooh, excuse my voice crack.
Nice job by Smith again.
Man, awkward voice crack on my part. 10-2 now. Smith to serve. And an ace for Smith.
A look back is into the Firebirds.
Off the side of the hand, miss hit there by Smith. But still an 11-3 lead for Sheyenne here.
Claire Heilman and Julia McIver are in for Devils Lake. Julia McIver now serving.
Nicely done by not Coloran. Or it was Coloran. Good job not touching the net there, getting up awfully close to it. Still a point for the Firebirds, 11-4. As McIver continues to serve. That was some power by Coloran. Plato and Killen. Good serve. Dug out by Devil's Lake, but
killed Amundsen to Coloran.
You know, with a freshman setter out there in Amundsen, probably the timing is off a little bit if you're not working together routinely. So we've seen a couple of mistimed jumps as they're trying to time up that jump with that set. Another good serve. Good reaction time.
Ooh, look at that effort.
Great dig. Oh, quick set. Again, mistimed, but Blado gets enough on it and just taps it over, and it drops harmlessly. 14-4 now, Mustangs.
Boy, Tori Fee just showing the effort, though, there on the Firebirds. Back-to-back digs that were very athletic.
Net violation there.
16-4.
This one now getting out of hand for Devil's Lake. They're going to have to come up with some kind of run here. Already down 12 and down 2 sets to none. There's a start. Block out of bounds by the Mustangs. Oh, good touch.
Blado with the touch.
Very good recognition by Maya Blado. Sees that open spot in the Devil's Lake defense, just drops it in. No one able to get there for the dig. Ace for Bedell. Wow. Good
Look at
kill
this
attempt
effort.
from-
Wow.
That's going to go wide, but really
man.
good job. That was a fantastic back row kill from Devil's Lake. Cheyenne gets the 3 hits, but Saxland's shot just wide.
Oh, look at this. Way to stay with it. Corner was going to look to paint the corner, and it paid off.
Alexa Flora now serving.
We'll give you what little has been updated here around the state in terms of scores here. South leads Valley City 1-0. Century leading Bismarck 1-0. And Red River ahead of Horace 1-0 thus far. Those are the only scores that have been updated. As we come closer and closer to the end of the regular season.
Man, it's hard to believe those 2 months have just flown by like
They
that.
have.
It seemed like, just yesterday it was the end of August and we're getting things underway, the school year underway, everything, fall sports season underway, and now it's the end of October here and we're approaching the postseason for fall sports. And the winter sports season right around the corner, the beginning of that.
Yeah.
At the end of November and
Yeah,
the beginning of December.
Yeah, hard to believe. End of October next week. Are you as excited as I am about Tristan's costume that he said he was going to wear for Halloween next Tuesday for our broadcast? Tristan Murak unveiled something special for the crowd at the with his costume next Tuesday night at the broadcast. So we're all looking forward to that. Everyone in anticipation. Works out there for Saxland, 21-6. Oh. Oh.
Whoops.
I think Florin maybe getting a little cute with that one, trying to drop it in there, and everyone kind of wasn't quite sure there about what that was going on.
Oh, I love the reaction. Oh, just no emotion.
That one's going to be out. So 23-7 here for the Mustangs. 2 points away from closing out the match.
And another sweep. The last few wins of the Mustangs have been sweeps.
Almost a miscommunication there, but it's going to work out anyway for the Mustangs.
And now it's match point.
That will make it match points for the Mustangs.
I think this is the only set so far of the Mustangs this year where they haven't allowed, or they've allowed less than 10 points in a set.
Oh, good recognition there
by Caloran.
Caloran lays out for it, but unable to come up with it.
That just looked like a huge thud there against the floor. Good dig.
Nice
Oh,
shot.
wow, what a kill there.
Smith.
Abby Smith from way behind her head, and the Mustangs take set number 3, 25-8 to finish out the Firebirds, and they get the sweep. And the Mustangs will improve to 12-8 in the conference, 19-10 overall. The Firebirds drop to 0-20 in conference play, 2-26 overall, and great way to finish off senior night. Man, I mean, it just seems like it all went by in such a blur, and the Mustangs, they got 2 more against, one of them being against the Wahpeton Huskies, and then they have the regular season finale here on Halloween against the West Fargo Packers, their crosstown rival. It's going to be an exciting end of the regular season for volleyball.
Yeah, it really will be, and for Devils Lake, a team that coming in here probably didn't think that, hey, we're going to walk out necessarily with the win. They wanted to play well, and I think for the first 2 sets kind of hung in there, but just, they give up so much size to Sheyenne, especially at the net, and those blockers, and outside hitters and middle hitters for Sheyenne are just too big and too much for Devils Lake to handle. If you're Sheyenne, hey, it's a good win. You took care of business the way you needed to. We saw Sheyenne play Wahpeton earlier here at home this year, and they handled them easily. Going down there, you got to make sure, again, that you take care of what you need to take care of. But then, again, looking ahead, 1 week from tonight, on Halloween night, the Mustangs and the Packers will square off, and that, again, a lot more will be known about kind of the seedings and potential outcomes and what might happen by that time. But right now, that's looming as a pretty big match. There was no update so far on the North and West Fargo match taking place up at Fargo North tonight, so hard to know what's going on with that. I guess we do have one update. North did win the first set 27-25, so it was tight. But if North is able to win, again, that puts Sheyenne within a game or a match of West Fargo and playing head-to-head. A reminder that the Packers beat Sheyenne in 5 sets the first time around. So if Sheyenne were able to win in 4 sets or a sweep, that would give them the tiebreaker, and then lots of things can happen with that. So we won't know more until next week, but on senior night, great way to finish it off for your seniors, a 3-0 sweep, and time for them to celebrate, I think.
Yep, it's going to be an exciting end to the regular season for volleyball, and we want to remind you guys, we are streaming the game against Bismarck Century, the playoff game, first round, once again between the Patriots and the Mustangs. It's going to be a big one. Mustangs trying to avenge their first round loss against the Patriots from last year. And it's just going to be exciting. Make sure you check out our social media pages. Riley Raw is constantly updating those, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell so you can get notifications on when we go live. Mustangs sweep the Devils Lake Firebirds 25-17, 25-18, and 25-8. Great win on senior night. And they got a couple more coming up here to wrap up the volleyball regular season. I'm Jackson Miller.
I'm Dan Wolf.
Mustang Media signing off. We'll see you guys on Friday night.